JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 21st of July 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff, some of the charts that we looked at this morning just to see how everything's getting along. But yeah, before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump in, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we update on a daily basis. So yep, feel free to visit us here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So let me just quickly load it up, and yes, so that's the one. So click on that one and it will take you to this page, which I believe you can find useful. Now, jumping into the charts, so quick update on the German DAX. This morning I talked about this index, and basically I was telling you that keep your eyes on this level here, the high of the 24th of February, which might get tested, and we had a nice test of that area. This is where the current holdup is occurring, although we did have an overshoot here, but the current holdup is occurring here. So let's see if the index manages to stay above this. For now, to be honest, everything's kind of leaning a little bit more still to the upside, unless we get a holdup here and we don't really, and the index struggles to overcome and struggles to remain, I would say, above this 13,236 territory. So if it fails to do so, then maybe a bit of a correction here to the downside could be possible. Of course, if it drifts lower here, all the way here towards this upside line, this is where it could become very interesting to see if this upside line actually provides support again. But again, like I said, this is in the scenario if this barrier continues to provide resistance. If it doesn't, then yep, the next little target here is around that 13,500 level. So keep your eyes on that one. Now jumping into Nasdaq 100. Now, if we take a look at the cash index and where it's currently balancing at, it's basically balancing around 11,000 mark, so just maybe fractionally above it. The cash index managed to reach the high here, the highest point, the previous highest point of July already, and we'll see a nice opening gap here to the upside. However, it will get like it's not going to be a huge one. What I'm saying is that, but still, like I said, it would be quite interesting to see if the index actually manages to go ahead and make a new all-time high here. Like I said, the cash index did test this area already, but it's now correcting a little bit to the downside. However, it remains above that psychological 11,000 territory. So if it continues to trade above that, then there is a good chance we could see this one pushing higher again and making its way maybe even above this 11,069 zone, which is marked by the highest point of last week, and which is at the same time the all-time high for this index. So if we do get a break above this, then yes, of course the index would be placed in the uncharted territory, and then it's only the sky, it's only the sky which is the limit, has the limit for it for this index, so keep your eyes on this one. In case this suddenly drops back below the 10,843 territory, then maybe we could consider a bit of a correction here to the downside toward this upside support line taken from the low of the 23rd of March, and yep, we would take it from there, of course. But again, for now, as long as it stays above that psychological 11,000 territory, there is still a good chance for this one to move further north. Now, jumping into another index, but this one is a dollar index, and DXY. I talked about DXY this morning. Basically, I was telling you to keep a close eye on this 95.72 territory, which we managed to kind of violate again today at one point, but as you can see, the bulls are really trying hard kind of to get this one back above it, and for now it seems that they're succeeding in doing that, getting back above this 95.72 level, which is the lowest point of June. So for now, we'll keep an eye on this one. In a way, the fact that it's kind of struggling to kind of move further below this area, this kind of raises concerns. I mean, maybe we could see then this one correcting back to the upside here, but again, in order to consider such a scenario, in order to consider maybe a larger correction to the upside, ideally maybe a push above this little area right here, the 96.43 territory, or even better, maybe a push above this, the 96.39. So basically we can round it up towards the 96.40. A nice good pop above this could, yep, open the door towards slightly higher levels, but don't forget that the upside might get limited near this downside line taken from the high of the 23rd of March. So that's why be very careful for now. All eyes are on the lowest point of June. Let's see where this daily candle is going to end today. If it stays above it, then there's a possibility for this one to recover somewhat, but as I've mentioned before, the slightly more comfortable level after a break of which we could maybe aim for a larger correction could come from the could come above the 96.40 zone here. So well, keep your eyes on that one, guys. And at the same time, as I said, keep your eyes on the lowest point of June. So let's see if the index can actually make its way further down, but for that we would like to see a nice daily close below this 95.72 territory. Now jumping into gold, and gold is popping nicely to the upside, as you can see here. So this morning, when I was saying that in order for us to get excited about higher levels, we needed to see a nice good strong, first of all, strong push above the 1818 level. So we got that, and it seems that the daily candle will remain above this area. Previously I talked about the 1844-45 zone, and let me just show you what that level was here in the past, and I need to go back into 2011 if I'm not mistaken. So yep, that's basically somewhere around here. It's near the high of September, and let me just kind of zoom in here a little bit, guys. So the 1844-45 zone is marked by the high of, let me just quickly capture this one, the high of the 14th of September 2011. So one of the areas of possible resistance. We managed to overcome this, the high of the 19th of September 2011, which is around the 1827 zone, and the, like I said, we came close to the high of September 14th 2011, but of course we got a hold up somewhere near that 1840 zone, and kind of the commodity drifted back down. So let me just get back into the current price. So guys, okay, let me just quickly capture this one back. I mean, okay, so there we go. So yeah, the price got a hold up near this 1840 zone, and you can see that now the commodity is correcting a little bit lower. However, don't get me wrong, still we are on the bullish side. We are still aiming for some higher levels. It will be quite interesting to see how far this can go, and can it actually go to its all-time high. And for example, if I jump into a monthly chart here, so to get a little bit better visibility, so the all-time high for this commodity, for this precious metal, is around 1921 level, which was reached in September 2011. So basically this is the area we're going to be keeping an eye on very carefully, especially if the acceleration continues here. But yeah guys, for now, stay sharp. We are getting close to that all-time high, 1921. Let's see if we actually can reach that. It will be quite interesting, but given the way everything's shaping up, it seems that yes, the price momentum, the price momentum is still to the upside. So let's see if I actually can, like I said, can reach that all-time high. Now, in terms of the downside on this one, and if in a way to consider a bit of a correction here on this commodity, we would prefer to see a drop back below this 1818 level, the one that I've mentioned this morning, and a nice good drop below it could in a way maybe lead towards slightly lower levels. But however, still be very careful guys, because we probably the more convenient, comfortable area after a break of which we could aim for some lower levels could be somewhere from around 1796 or even 1789 levels. But again, because if the price drops below the 1818 territory here, still it could get a hold up somewhere near the 21-day EMA, because as you can see, it kind of acted as a very nice area of support recently. So that's why the more comfortable area from which to consider kind of the downside could come from around 1795 or even 1789 level. So keep your eyes on that one. Now finally, WTI oil is popping higher, and looking at this one here, you can see that it's pushing above the 200-day EMA and pushing above the highest point of June near the 41.61 level. So of course the day is not finished. Let's see if we do get a daily close here above this area. If we do, then well, I mean, this could open the door towards further acceleration to the upside. The next little target that we're going to be aiming for, and I do understand is very close, but nevertheless, the 43.88 zone, which is marked by the low of the 28th of February, or in other words, the lowest point of February, could become now a good area of resistance. So initially, we will target that one. So let me just get rid of this arrow for now. So initially we'll target this area, the 43.88, and then we'll take it from there, guys, because we want to see if the bulls will still have enough steam to kind of drive this one further north. But again, for now, everything's leaning to the upside. However, if it somehow reverses sharply to the downside and still ends the day below the 200-day EMA, then well, maybe not all is good here in the bull block. Now, Bitcoin. I was talking about Bitcoin this morning, and I was telling you guys to keep a close eye on this downside line taken from the highest point of December 2017, and once again we are getting close to it, and once again we are testing it, now the big question here is, can we see a nice daily close above it? Of course, don't get me wrong, if we do see a daily close, that could be only one part of the kind of the positivity, because still there's a bunch of resistance levels that would need to be kind of overcome, and we would need to see a nice good break above the 10,398 zone, which is the highest point of June here of this year, and then yes, higher levels could be met, because such a break would confirm a forthcoming higher high. So for now, basically from the short-term perspective, yes, if we do get a nice break above this downside line, this long-term kind of downside resistance line, then yes, we could aim for some higher levels, but still be very careful. Be very careful near the psychological 10,000 territory, because if all this area here provides some sort of resistance, for example, if the crypto fails to move towards the let's say, or fails to move above the 10,000 mark, then we could see another round of selling. So that's why be very careful for now, guys. And yes, the fact that we are getting close, or we already are testing this downside line, that's great. Let's see if we can actually stay above it. If we can, then yes, we will aim for some higher levels. We'll like I said, we'll be very careful near the psychological 10,000 zone, because we would like to see a nice good break above the 10,398 territory in order to get a little bit more comfortable with higher levels. Quick update on Ncd Usd. So I've looked at this pair a while ago, and basically we're still kind of knocking on the door of the 0.6580 level, and we kept on overcoming it, but we didn't really kind of close a daily candle. But as you can see now, there's a good chance we could see this this daily candle staying above this 0.6580 zone, and in a way this kind of is now opening the door to a slightly higher levels. The next target for us right now is around the 0.6665 mark, and that is the high of the 16th of January. We do have the highest point of January, the highest point of December of 2019 here near the 0.6755. But again, first let's see how this barrier here will it provide decent resistance or not. But again, for now everything's kind of leaning a little bit more to the upside, so keep your eyes on this one, and let's see if we can actually let's see how far we can continue moving further north. Now, USD Cad is finally breaking the this lower end of the range I was talking about, and this key area of support near the 1.3488. So let's for now we are leaning a little bit more to the downside here. We're going to be aiming for the lowest point of June near the 1.3314, and we'll take it from there. But again, for now, of course, like I said, we are leaning here a little bit more to the downside. However, ideally we would like to see maybe this daily candle kind of staying first below this area and then kind of getting a little bit more comfortable with further declines. For now, be very careful here guys, and yep, like I said, aim for this lower point of June. Quick update on GBP USD. So the pair here had tried to make its way higher today. It did so initially, but kind of as you can see, the sellers are trying to get this one back to the 1.25669 level. In a way, for now, let's see if this can stay above this barrier here today. If it can, then yep, we will continue targeting the highest point of June. Not much has changed from the morning analysis guys here, so the main focus right now is on this high of the 9th of July around the 1.2669. So keep your eyes on that one. If we do get a nice daily close above it, then the next target here is the highest point of June. And finally, Euro USD. Here the pair is literally unchanged, to be honest. I mean, from this morning it kind of was the same spot, so the same idea remains, guys. For now, yes, we're still leaning to the upside. It's still trading above the June high here, so that's wonderful news for the buyers. However, again, be very careful. We're not going to drag this one way too much to the upside. We're just going to aim for the 1.1496 level, which is the current highest point of 2020, and then we'll take it from there. But again, for now, the fact that it's still balancing above the June high, that's a positive. So let's see if it can actually make its way towards the 1.1496 zone. So guys, I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for watching and listening. If you want to catch my video tomorrow morning, as always, my Traders Espresso, 6 o'clock GMT time. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.